Megan Thee Stallion has always been one to speak her truth regardless of who it may offend. She decided to speak her truth concerning the incident that she had with TORY LANEZ the night she was shot in her foot. She refrained from saying anything to the police when they first arrived because there's a gun in this situation. Not only was she trying to protect herself, but she's trying to protect him as well as others that was in the car with them that night. I guess everyone forgot, again, a gun was involved. Yes, she was shot in the foot. Welcome back. It's your host, Coach Walker. I got to get some things off my chest concerning this incident. I'm impartial to the situation, and I'm trying to put my words together as best as I possibly can to express my thoughts. Our women catch so much hell from us, regardless of whatever the circumstances may be. And what's bothering me the most is the hell that they catch from men is truly sickening. How in the world do you shoot a woman for doing nothing? I mean, I'm sure there was some type of argument that may have ensued, that may have raised, may have heightened everyone's opinion, or had people a little, on the edge as far as with fuss and cussing or whatever, the normal argument that may happen between two that may be dating or whatever's going on between these two individuals. But for you to pull a gun out on a woman that wanted to get out the car, I'm trying to understand what's going on here. I mean, was pulling the gun on her your way to make her submit and do as you say? I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure there was some type of argument that happened in that car that caused all of this to take place. My next question for TORY LANEZ: are you some type of control freak? I mean, are you that obsessed with her that you would rather pull a gun on her to make her do what you say, as if you're making her afraid of you? Because I'm sure you already know she's one that will never bite her tongue and never hold back on speaking her mind on any subject, especially when it's concerning her. But the one thing that I commend her for is her courage for her to stand, because we all know she's going to stand for what she thinks is right, or she's going to stand for how she feels. Her standing up for herself is what many women out here do for themselves, especially when they have no one else to turn to. They're going to stand up for themselves, period, point blank. She just wanted to get out the car. I'm not understanding why you just couldn't pull a car over, allow her to get out the car, and then, if you want to drive off. If you want to pull up the street, call her Uber to make sure she arrived home safely. That is the gentleman type thing to do, even with having an argument with a young lady. I mean, no one wants to see, a lady that's with them, especially a woman in a bikini on the side of the road somewhere, waiting on someone to come pick them up. I get it. You probably trying to de-escalate the situation in which you further cause greater harm. TORY LANEZ, brother, do you understand that this is a domestic violence issue? TORY LANEZ, you do understand this is a domestic violence situation. You harmed a woman for no reason. You shouldn't have harmed her at all. We're all waiting on you to step forward, provide some type of feedback as to why this took place, because it seems that you're quick to get on Twitter and want to throw subliminal shots or responses to those that want to say something about the situation and have no idea of what's going on, or they're defending you to put you in a better light, especially when we all know daggone well no man should ever have to pull a gun on a woman. But, it just goes to show how our women continue to hold our back regardless of the circumstances, regardless of what's going on, regardless of how they've been treated. And I'll give you a prime example. In this instance, this woman was shot in the foot. Again, there's a gun in the car. Police is on the scene. She never told anyone that the gun was in the car. She kept her mouth closed. She protected not only you, but again, like I stated before, everyone else that was in the car. So what is she supposed to do? So she's just supposed to continue to sit back and keep taking criticism from people out there that want to speak negatively about her. People that want to sit back and say, oh, she ain't hold the G code. I'm trying to understand, since when has there ever been a G code for any woman out there that is involved in a domestic violence situation? That's the problem with a lot of this mess that's going on now. There's too many women out there that have sat back and have been quiet when a man has put their hands on them when they had no reason to. So I'm confused. All of the chaotic and crazy text messages and tweets and stuff like that that's flying around on social media is sad, brother. And she's supposed to continue to just keep taking this type of criticism while you sit back with your arms folded and everything is hunky-dory for you. But I'm willing to bet you when you do finally step forward and say what really took place, you're probably going to go ahead and make mention of some type of narcotic or some type of substance played a role in you acting in the manner in which you did. Again, this woman decides she wants to stand up for herself. What's wrong with that? I know, I know for a fact you're probably sitting there with a guilty conscience trying to figure out which way this is going to go for you. But brother, guess what? You brought this on yourself. And for any of those out there that find fault with what I'm saying, I want you to do me a huge favor. Go stand in the mirror and say to yourself, if this was your son or daughter, you would be okay with them not saying anything at all. Because how many times do we sit back and look at the nightly news where there's a mother that's on the screen crying out for help, for someone to give an explanation as to why their son or daughter is not coming home to them anymore. And that you always hear that famous phrase, step up, step forward. I know you have a guilty conscience. Speak the truth. Tell the truth. We just need to know what's going on. Just tell us what happened. And if that was you, I'm willing to bet, if that situation happened to you, I'm willing to bet you too will be that same parent that's standing on that TV screen asking and pleading for someone to come step forward and say something. But remember, guys, you just stated, a lot of you say she's not following the G code. There is no G code. This ain't the movies, because majority of you cats don't follow the G code anyway. If you do follow the G code, you follow it based on how it affects you, if it's beneficial to you or not. So you haven't really been put in one of them situations where your behind is in a tight and you're trying to figure out which direction you're going to go to keep yourself from really getting hemmed up. So again, y'all need to fall back with some of that, because like I said, that's not cool, man. That's not cool. Don't do this lady like that. Like I said, remember, brother, one day you too may have a child if you don't have kids already. God knows if you have a daughter. What? I mean, what are you gonna do if someone does the same to her, Tory? What are you gonna do if some man out there does the same to your daughter that you've just done to Megan? I'll wait, and I'm sure the masses that may watch this are gonna wait just as well, because we all want to know. To all my girl dads out there, please make sure you emphasize to your princess that she should never tolerate domestic violence. If she sees something wrong, get the hell out of there immediately. For all of you out there that take pride and want to harm women, remember one thing. Keep that same energy if and when it happens to yours. Ladies, I'm telling you, let your daddies, your brothers, your cousins, your goddaddies, or any male that's standing in your life, that's that step in your life, that's guiding you through, let them know what's going on. Because trust you me, if it happens to mine, we gonna ride. Oh, we gonna ride. But until next time, guys, remember, be that one and lead.